Wajay, my name's Jenny Shamanik, Miko Esanik and Ibikishkwe, Red Stem and Snake Woman, and I'm from Moose Cree First Nation, the Moosinee-Leeville, Mushkegowuk territory up in the James Bay lowlands.
Koi everyone, I'm Pete Bernard from the unceded Algonquin-Sipekwakinegon First Nation. Part of that traditional territory is where we are now in our nation's capital of Ottawa. Miigwech.
So we're right now in Manotick, Ontario, and we're at Missaway Knee Relations Healing Lodge, which I'm the caretaker for. And this place was birthed as a sacred space for people to come together in unity, and was created with the idea of bringing everyone together in healing. And I really got to wanting to create this space because of this man who's been my mentor, my healer, my teacher. And so I'm really honored that him and I are here together today, and that we will be a part of World Peace and Prayer Day in unity and solidarity with Chief Arvo Looking Horse and his wife Paula, and people around the world that are gathering out of concern for the welfare of our earth and humanity, and will be coming together in prayers to offer prayers and healing for Mother Earth and all our relations. And so Pete and I will be gathering on summer solstice, and we will be starting with the sunrise ceremony here, and we will have the sacred fire burning all day for people to make virtual tobacco offerings.
And we'll be offering prayers on behalf of the planet and for the people who are on that planet. So as people begin to awaken, as corporations began to awaken about the impact that they have on our Mother Earth. So all of our environmental issues are always human issues. We can be doing things better, we can be doing things a lot more cleanly. Something that the COVID world has awoken us to is a very visible impact that we're having, and how quickly the planet can heal when we're forced indoors. So we're going to be doing prayers for the planet, we're going to be doing prayers for people who are struggling through this time because of having to remain indoors and to social distance. We're going to be here for you to do healings, to offer our medicines to you.
So we will be going live. We decided to start at noon when the sun is the highest in the sky. We think that's a powerful time of day, often when a lot of our grand entries happen during our powwows, which we're Saturn happening this year. But virtually, we're all still able to connect in spirit. And so, we're very honored to be able to be of service, and again, to share in the message of Chief Arvo Looking Horse about how much our planet needs us to awaken, as Pete says, and how we all are needed to contribute our medicine and healings and start to help her shift into a healthy and thriving planet again, which we all need. So this day is also about honoring our sacred sites. The earth herself is absolutely sacred in her entirety, the sacred hoop in which she represents. But for me, a sacred site is the Moose River in my homelands. Much of my upbringing was on the land, and we depended on this waterway for our hunting and our fishing. And right now, when I go home for the spring hunt, we find that our river system is really low. And I know that is due to climate change and land erosion. And, we're worried about the ozone layer depleting and the aura of the earth being sick. And so, these are things we want to bring to people's attention because, we're one with the water. I feel like the water in the river flows through me as much as the blood in my veins, and is a very huge part of my existence here. And, right here in Ottawa would be your falls.
Right. The sacred Chaudière Falls that resides in Algonquin territory, that was a meeting place for a lot of the nations to come together to meet and to trade and to have ceremony together, is currently slated for commercial development, for condominiums. So most of the Algonquin people are drastically opposed to this. So we're hoping that cooler heads can prevail and that people can realize that this is a sacred site, that this is not some place where we should be developing, and it's just part of the commercialization of our planet. We have to realize is that if this Mother Earth dies, if this Gaia dies, we die. So it's in our own self-interest to be the best caretakers, as Jenny said in her opening, of this planet, of this world, and of each other. So I think sometimes we've lost that. We've lost ceremony, we've lost meaning, and there comes a point where we all have to get involved and not just do our part. So we're asking for everybody to begin to awaken, to realize that you have power, that you have say, that you can speak your heart, and that truth can be born into this world to help make it a better place. So we hope that you're able to join us on this day in ceremony or from wherever you are.
And I think, as you mentioned about this time of COVID, we've all really been forced to really slow down and think about the impact that we've had. And, I, for one, spend most of my time outside earthing and grounding to her energy and reconnecting to that relationship with her again. And I think that's kind of what this virus is all about, which is making us really reconsider what became a normal for us, and we can't go back to that normal anymore. And really, our relationship with her is the most important one that we can have, and that really brings us home to ourselves, is right, and having that relationship to the heart-centered work that we're here to do. And 2 heart-centered women in my life will also be joining us for summer solstice ceremony, and that's Elder Minnie Matouche. She's from the Cree Nation of Mysticity, and she will be bringing her pipe, and will also be offering prayers and songs. And Mary Claude Charland of Ojibwe and Mohawk descent, also from the Quebec province, will be coming to the lodge to join us in ceremony as well, and we'll be sharing some of her teachings, and we'll be sharing and drumming and singing as well. Maybe we could talk about the sacred feminine, because that's what I think everybody's forced to embrace right now.
Yeah, and I think the sacred feminine ultimately is that return to those things that give life, not the things that take away or detriment to any life. So we're talking about the health of the planet. We're talking about that quality in every person that wants to mother, whether you're a man or a woman. It's that you want to help birth something into this world that is good, that is sustainable, that's going to help the generations that come after us. So as Anishinaabeg people, it's our job to dream for the next 7 generations that come after us. And the 2020s are going to be a difficult time for a lot of people, but we can get through it. So as Jenny was saying, COVID has taught us a lot about what we don't need, what we can survive without. And there's no normal to go back to. We can go back to a healthy, we can go back to a meaningful, and we can definitely return to the sacred feminine for sure, which is empowering our women as leaders and as caretakers of this world and carriers of water in the jobs that they need to do. So we're trying to come back into balance, and the only way that we can do that is that we need to embrace the change that has been thrust upon us in this time.
Mm-hmm. And, really giving consideration to all our relations. That in itself is a prayer of oneness. This lodge, Misoweni Relations, came from all my relations in Cree, which is Misoweni Wakamuganak. And, that is about, we all share in the sacred Hupa life, and we haven't been giving consideration to any of the plant and mineral relations that we share this land with. And right now we're seeing that they're able to thrive without us because we've had to get out of the way. And we're seeing less smog, and we're seeing more fish, and we're seeing all these beautiful beings that we really are supposed to be living with in a much more beautiful way, and we haven't been. It's been in a very abusive way as well. We're seeing them come out, and they're our greatest teachers. We really have to learn, we have to relearn how to live with them again. And, our prayers are for them as well, and that we all need to begin again a very respectful dynamic and learn how to share this land with them. So I'm really starting to feel this wonderful shift already starting to happen, and I really hope people awaken to that and to the animal teachings that cross their path every day, and really start to understand the medicine and meaning of each and every one of them that they experience, and the beauty and that connection that we can have.
And it's also for us to leave our reactionary ways of how we respond to crisis. Whenever something happens, we try to fix the problem after it's already happened. And this premise of returning to the sacred feminine is about preventing things from happening before they happen. So just living more proactively and coming back into relationship with what's meaningful, family, friends, real connections. I think that's what we're all craving. So during this time, the crises that have been thrust upon us socially and environmentally are causing us to find our voices and to speak. They're causing us to look for meaning in our life. And what could be more meaningful than having a healthy planet that can have some place where everybody can come together? And we can do this, this meeting that we're going to be doing at the lodge, there's going to be Cree representation, Ojibwe, Mohawk, Algonquin. This is how we were always supposed to be. We were never one thing. We all had different names, maybe different ways of doing things, but at the end of the day, we're all one. And the Sacred Feminine is returning to that one, the birthing of the one that is everything. So we hope that you can join us or that you can celebrate in your own way.
Mm-hmm. I think the biggest teachings that are coming out for so many people as they sit with all the emotions and issues that are coming up is to really start to see themselves and each other with compassion and grace. And, again, all Sacred Feminine, all about vulnerability, the need to forgive, let go. And we can do all of that. We have to learn to let go our burdens and that negative energy to the earth. She is our number one healer. She can pull that energy out of us, and then she can revitalize us with positive energy and antioxidants, and just through the energy of her alone. But then we eat her and we build from her. And this is just a time I hope that everybody takes to start to make prayers, asking for forgiveness from everything that we've just been blind to and have hurt in just our human ways of forgetting the sacredness of our relationship to her. So it's a turning point.
And it's really a choice, like as a human race, do we want our past coming with us into our present? Do we want our past to become our future? And the answer for all of us is no. There's always been a healed way forward, a better way forward, a more sustainable way forward. And we're at that point now. Many of the scientists on the planet realize that we are in a crisis, and if we don't make significant change, we are going to reach an impasse that we are not going to come back from. And this is not something that is an issue of technology issue. It's a human behavior issue. And so we can all find that better part of ourselves and stop looking for everybody else to fix the planet. We have to support our children who are interested in learning about ways they can heal the planet, the way they can do things better, the way they can do everything a little bit better, a little bit cleaner than what we could. Because I think that's what's required right now. That's what our mother needs.
Mm-hmm. And each and every one of us, this is about humankind as a whole, all colors of us, all of our differences get set aside when we just look at the fact that we're all children of the fire, and we're here and we have an important job to do right now. And maybe we can offer a prayer, a message of peace right now, and how we know we have the ability, each and every one of us, to do our part in prayer with an intention for harmony. We each have a responsibility to offer that right now. And that's, again, what World Peace and Prayer Day is about, recognizing, are you waking up every morning in humility and looking up to Grandfather Sun and bowing down to Mother Earth and offering your prayers and dedicating your day to moving forward and walking in a good way? We need to find that peace. We need to find that balance and that harmony again.
And we're really trying to understand that peace is understanding what we're fighting with and why. And what do you get if you continue to fight? What do you hope to achieve? So we often try to say, Jenny and I, it's not really a matter of what are you fighting for, what are you peacing for? What is the peace that you're trying to create in your own life? What are you trying to get as an outcome? So knowing that and just setting aside some of the conflict that you're fighting, because it's not all necessary. Maybe there are some battles that you need to fight, but there's a lot that you need to simply just let go. They're not going to make your life better. They're not going to make anyone else's life better. So peace begins with you. It begins when you decide that you're no longer going to fight because you're tired or because it's not going anywhere. So the blessings that we can offer you is just that awareness. is that it doesn't have to be difficult. It doesn't have to be conflict. It can be as simple as walking away. It could be as simple as not saying something that you want to say. Everything begins somewhere. It always begins as a thought, an idea, and then it builds up in our body like a vibration, like in the drum, and eventually it becomes a song. So is that a song that we want to sing together, a song of peace, or a song of love, or a different way of being? That's what we're becoming.
So maybe I on World Peace and Prayer Day, I will be drumming and I will be singing, but I'd love to offer a song now. Because we're talking about the earth, I would love to do my favorite song that I sing for her, which is Strong Woman Song. And I sing it for all the women and the sacred feminine, and for all of our men to feel that sacred feminine that they carry as well.